So I finally found the rarest Ram of all time. I've been trying to do a video on this truck for like 3 years, and either they sell too quickly or you just can't find them. But it's really the latter. So let's go ahead and get into it. I don't understand why dealers are afraid of 3500 Hemis. I don't understand it. Now, I am going to do a video talking about how I would spec this truck out, and stay tuned for that. We are going to drive this today too, because obviously the diesel is going to make the truck a lot heavier, right? And not having that weight could make it ride a little harsher. So I haven't driven this truck ever. I've never driven a Ram 3500 Hemi. So we're going to see how bad the ride is without that extra diesel weight. So let's take a look at the window sticker, and then we'll go ahead and do a quick walk around of the truck. Now, as far as this truck goes, here's the configuration. It is a long bed and it's four-wheel drive. Now, base price is going to be $47,610, and then here's just a short listing of some of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause if you want to see more. And then down below, you do have your Snow Chief, and then here's everything that's going to come in that package. And then chrome appearance group, it's $11.95. And then it continues up top. Tradesman level 2 is $14.45. And this actually has quite a bit of other features on here too, so just be sure to pause it. But the one I really want to point out is this 410 axe ratio. This is going to give you max tow for the Hemi. I'll show you the numbers at the end, including the payload. I like that Ram's giving you the 7-inch in the side of the cluster. And just check out, this one does have the wheel-to-wheel running boards, 50-gallon fuel tank for $295. If you're buying a long bed, if you're especially ordering one, you better click that option. That is a no-brainer, and definitely something I would choose for mine. This one does have the optional 8.4-inch display and spray and bed liner. They did delete this standard equipment because of the shortages of parts, things like that. Destination comes in at $17.95 with a total price of $55,750. Alrighty, so special shout out to Century, Chrysler Dodge Street Ram in Mount Airy, Maryland. They did allow me to do this video, and I think they have another one coming in soon too, so be sure to check out their inventory online. But as you guys saw on the window sticker, this does have the chrome appearance, grille surround, lower bumper, rear bumper. This one does have the tow hooks down below, and the overall grille design is really nice, really clean. Something I like about Ram's name is that it's just 3 letters, so it looks really nice on the front end of the trucks. You have your emblem up top here, and there's that Hemi badge. The only difference on the front of this truck is going to really be the gross axle weight rating compared to the diesel. But this is going to be an 18-inch wheel, and it is wrapped in a Firestone Transforce AT. And then here's your tire size, LT 275/70 18. And here's your capacity. It's going to be 3,640 pounds for a single, and then 80 PSIs. You're going to have a solid front axle up front too. I really do like the wheel-to-wheel running boards as well. This does have the crew cab configuration, and you cannot get the mega cab with the long bed too, so just keep that in mind. Tow mirrors, they do flip up. Haven't shown that in a while. Figure I'll show it to you this one. You do have a turn signal, convex. They do give you a black appearance for the door handles and around the windows too. Now, as you guys saw on the window sticker, this one did have a 50-gallon fuel tank option. If you were to get a standard fuel tank, it is 32 gallons for the long bed. And this is what I'm really mostly interested about this particular Ram, is to see how well it drives with the leaf springs. If you were to get a 2500, it'd have a coiled 5-link suspension out back. Now, just driving it around the lot, I could instantly tell it was a little stiffer, but it was not bad though. It was not bad at all.
You can get LED taillights if you get the blind spot monitoring that's available for the Tradesman. But as you notice, this does not have any parking sensors front or rear. But you do have a class 5 receiving hitch, 2.5-inch opening. And I like the mounting points that Ram gives you. These are very helpful. You have a 4-pin and a 7-pin. They do give you a backup camera, and you do have a light down here for your conventional hitch if you're hooking up at night. This is not assisted. And you do have a spray-in bed liner that was like $600. You have a cargo plug, it's 115 volts, max 400 watts. You do not have fifth wheel prep package. I've heard Brandon here at Century had mentioned that there's like a part shortage, so there are a lot more trucks coming in without that package, so just keep that in mind. You could get the BMW turnover ball, which is probably a better option on a short bed truck anyways, if you plan on using a gooseneck, because you can do an offset ball if you like. Tailgate's really easy to lift up. I didn't mention this earlier, but you do have this finish in like a black trim. It looks nice. And down below, this truck does have that 410 rear axle, so this is going to be max tow. And the GVWR is going to be slightly different from a short bed. I'll go over all that here in a second too. But just take a look at this big beast. A lot of guys on my channel says, why buy a short bed truck when you can have a long bed truck? And I will just tell you, this is a big truck. I've been able to work it with my short bed, and yeah, that's a big truck, really big. But let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. So there she is. That is your 6.4 liter HEMI. I would like to see Ram come out with a, larger displacement to compete with a 7.3 from Ford. But all in all, this is still a really good option. This is good for 410 horsepower, 429 pound-feet of torque. If it's made to that 410, that does give you max tow, which is going to give you, better acceleration, especially going up grades. And keep in mind, this is made to an 8-speed transmission. So it's a ZF transmission, is made in Germany. And I haven't heard any negatives about this trans. I think that it's been pretty reliable. First gear is pretty deep, and I think that it's a good option to have made it to this HEMI. I think that these two together is the best thing that Ram has ever done. And the power delivery is really good. And one thing I noticed on another Ram, let me see. I noticed that it had Mopar belts, and I want to check that out on this truck. I don't think this one has it actually. Hold on one second. Yes, these are the Mopar belts. I think you guys can see it. Maybe I just never paid attention to it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you can, it's Mopar belts. I don't know if mine has those. I think that might be something they just start doing. But yeah, this is a good option to have if you don't want to spend the extra money for the diesel. The one thing good about Ram trucks, in the Tradesman trim level that is there's so many features that you can actually get in here. For example, I'm going to step in and show you one of them. This one does have push button start standard. The other two, they give you a key. You can also upgrade this screen to the 7-inch cluster. This comes available typically on higher trim levels, but you can get it as an option separately, as you saw on the window sticker. Of course, power windows, power door locks, they all have that. Power mirrors. You can get power folding, and you can get a power function for that lower convex too. You can get the 12-inch display. As you see, you have the 8.4. This has Apple CarPlay, so bigger, brighter screen. Uconnect 5 is amazing. They also have availability to have the high definition rearview mirror too. You can get lane keep assist. You can get adaptive cruise control. There's so many different things that you can get in this rig to really make it yours. Last thing I'll mention too is you would have the availability to have rain sensing wipers, and you could have a 360 camera view around the truck. So this one doesn't have any of those features I just mentioned, except for this nice screen in here. But overall, let me turn the truck back off. The door card is pretty much basic, but it has a nice appearance to it. And the seats are finished in a gray. It has a darker gray material below here. And it just looks really nice. You can tilt the headrests. Center console's wrapped in a vinyl. And you still have steering wheel buttons. You have your cruise control. And then you have some buttons here to control that screen. And this screen inside of here is really customizable. I show it to you all the time, so I won't spend too much time going through everything, but something I don't show you a lot of is how you can actually, set this screen up. So upper left, you can put in this one, you can put a compass, you can do the outside temperature, you can do the time, range till empty, average economy, current economy, trip A and B. And then you have your oil pressure, oil temp, and you can actually change off whatever in here. You do outside temperature, compass. So you can even put nothing there too if you like. Next thing I'll show you is the commercial settings, because other trucks don't really have this, because you have the auxiliary switches. You have to be in the run position to access the commercial settings. So 4 zeros, and then you have your aux switches. You can do type, latching, momentary, power source, battery, ignition, and then last state. And then you have your pin set up too, if you'd like to change that, obviously. And then here's just a few other things. You have your speedometer. You can change the kilometers really easily. And then this is just my favorite setting. A lot of great information. Be sure to pause it if you want to see more. But this is my favorite one, your gauge summary. And then your idle. And then back to your tire pressure. Off-road, it shows you your drivetrain and your pitch and roll. And then great readout for your fuel economy. Very easy to monitor this while you're driving. You have your trip info, trip A and B. Audio. And one thing that you're missing that you didn't see is there's no trailer brake. I would never order a truck without that, because you lose a lot of other things that come with that. So definitely get that. Now, as I mentioned, you can get dual climate control, but this does not have it. This system here, really easy to use. I like that little RAM that they put in there too. That's pretty awesome. And this is how you would set up the screen. You have a My Profile. If you want to change some of the stuff in the display, you could do so. Just everything's pretty easy. It's a little bit of, that's actually a noise for the system here. You can turn that off if you like here. For me, I don't like sounds. I prefer it to have no sound at all. There it is. But yeah, you don't even have a trailer selection in here too. But here's a few things for your camera, for your windshield wipers, all that good stuff. So that's pretty much this. And tow haul mode and traction control down below. This is your four-wheel drive system. Keep in mind, this is an option. You would get a mechanical shifter on the floor. There's 4 USBs and auxiliary, power plug, and there is some coin holders and a little bit of space to store some things down below. Don't know what you would put here. Maybe you can drop your wallet. This does have like a rubber material, so things won't slip around in here. And let's check out this center console. I like that RAM still finds a way to put a USB. They are the best when it comes down to giving you USBs. They give them to you everywhere. And you have a coin holder. And check out your handle. Really nice. This was a 6-passenger. And then up top here is everything else. You can slide that glass, and you have a spot for your sunglasses. So here's the interior for the passenger side. You have some open storage, glove box. And I didn't mention, but both seats are manually operated. And then out back, one thing I would like to see from Ram is a 60/40 bench, standard for all the trucks. Storage below the seat, cup holders. You also have some air vents, and you have some places to hang things. Alrighty, so here are the numbers.
Your gross axle weight rating up front is going to be 5,500 pounds. The gross axle in the rear is going to be 7,000. Now this is going to have a GVWR of 11,400 pounds. Really quickly, if you do get a mega cab, which is not available in the Tradesman, if you move up to a bighorn, it would be 11,400 pounds too. However, if you get a short bed crew cab like this in a 3500 HEMI, it would just be 11,000 pounds. You do pick up some capacity with that 400 pounds because this long bed is not that much heavier, but they give you that extra GVWR because you can carry more things in the bed, things like that. Now the mega cab is heavier, so you're going to lose a little bit of that weight overall. So let's take a look at the payload. I was going to snake you guys, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to snake you for the drive though. I'm going to do that next. So 4,167 pounds. That is a lot of capacity. Like if you have a big family, if you have a fifth wheel, you know, I would say still with a single rear wheel, I would say, you know, 14,000 pounds max. Because once you add 4 or 5 people in here, you add your fifth wheel hitch, all that stuff, your pin weight from your trailer, you can still get to that number pretty quickly. But on that note, thank you so much for watching this video. I am going to do a part 2 driving this truck. I just figured, you know, I'm unemployed now, so I have to give you guys something to look forward to, right? I haven't done a video on the Ram in a while, so that should give you guys something to be excited for. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you have not done so yet, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, share the video if it was helpful, and I'll see you guys really soon.